Have you ever experienced that sudden, high-pitched ringing in your ears, seemingly out of nowhere? A sound that isn't coming from your environment, but rather from deep within you. If you've ever wondered what it means, you're not alone. Many dismiss it as a fleeting annoyance, but what if I told you that this ringing holds a deeper spiritual significance? In this video, we'll uncover the 12 spiritual meanings of ear ringing and what they signify step by step. This phenomenon isn't random. It's a signal, an energetic frequency trying to reach you, guiding you toward higher consciousness, awakening your awareness to something beyond the physical realm. But what is it trying to tell you? Is it a message from your higher self? A warning? A sign of transformation? Each frequency, each tone carries a different meaning, and if you pay attention, you'll begin to decode the subtle messages the universe is sending you. Some signals are meant to elevate you, aligning you with a higher vibration, while others may be urging you to shift, to let go of something that no longer serves you, the frequency of spiritual awakening. There are moments in life when something shifts deep within us, an invisible pull towards something greater, something beyond what we can easily explain. The ringing in your ears, seemingly random yet persistent, is often a sign of this shift. It signals that your consciousness is expanding, tuning into frequencies beyond ordinary perception. It's as if an unseen force is inviting you to awaken, to recognize that reality is far more intricate than you once believed. I remember the first time I experienced it. At first I dismissed it as background noise, assuming it was nothing more than a fleeting sensation. But the more I paid attention, the more I noticed a pattern. It arrived at key moments, during deep meditation, intense clarity, or when I stood at the edge of a life-changing decision. It felt as if my body was responding to something beyond my conscious awareness, aligning with a force I couldn't yet comprehend. Many others have described similar experiences, especially when embarking on a journey of self-discovery. The ringing often appears when we begin questioning old beliefs, when we step beyond conditioned perceptions and into a space of deeper awareness. Those who have undergone near-death experiences, profound spiritual awakenings, or deep meditative states frequently report this same phenomenon, a recalibration of the mind and spirit as they synchronize with a higher frequency. Science may attempt to explain this as a neurological or physiological response, but those who have experienced it in moments of deep transformation know it's more than that. This ringing doesn't come at random. It arrives at moments of significance. It is a nudge, a reminder to pause, to pay attention, to recognize that something within us is shifting. If we embrace it rather than dismiss it, we may find that it is guiding us toward a deeper connection with ourselves and the universe. Many ancient traditions speak of sound as a bridge between dimensions. In Vedic teachings, Nada Brahma, the belief that the universe itself is vibration, suggests that as we evolve spiritually, our ability to perceive these subtle frequencies increases. The ringing in your ears may be a sign that you are tuning into these hidden vibrations, glimpsing a reality just beyond the veil of ordinary awareness. For some, the ringing comes and goes, intensifying during moments of rapid growth and fading. As they integrate higher frequencies, it is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a call to awareness. Those who choose to listen, who explore its meaning rather than ignore it, often find themselves on the verge of profound transformation. The question remains, are you paying attention? Messages from higher realms. There are moments when guidance reaches us, not in the form of words, but as an unseen frequency. The ringing in your ears may be one of these transmissions, arriving suddenly, like a whisper from something beyond the physical world. It often happens at significant moments, when you're deep in thought, at a crossroads, or searching for clarity. At first, it may seem like an odd sensation, a fleeting tone that comes and goes. But if you begin to pay attention, you'll notice a pattern. The ringing isn't random, it arrives with purpose. Many people have shared experiences of this phenomenon. They describe hearing it just before making an important decision, during moments of heightened intuition, or when they are contemplating a choice that could change their lives. It is as if the universe, or something beyond human perception, is signaling, pay attention. This moment matters. The sound serves as a reminder that unseen forces are guiding us, urging us to trust the wisdom beyond our logical mind. But where does this message come from? Some believe spirit guides, higher dimensional beings that assist us in our journey, use subtle frequencies to communicate. Others feel it is their higher self, the most awakened aspect of their consciousness, attempting to break through the distractions of daily life to deliver an important realization. Some interpret it as divine intervention, a direct signal from the universe aligning them with their true path. This idea is not new. Many ancient traditions teach that sound is one of the purest forms of communication between realms. In certain mystical practices, the nada, a Sanskrit term, refers to the inner sound heard by yogis and meditators when they reach deep states of awareness. It is said to be the fundamental vibration of the universe, the very essence of existence. If this is true, then perhaps the ringing in your ears is not just a physical sensation, but a modern-day manifestation of this ancient wisdom. Rather than dismissing the ringing as a meaningless occurrence, use it as a moment of reflection. When it happens, pause. Ask yourself, what was I thinking about just before this started? What emotions am I feeling? Is there something in my life that requires deeper attention? Often, the ringing coincides with an unspoken question, a confirmation of something you already know at a deeper level, or a gentle nudge guiding you toward or away from something. This is not just noise. It is a form of communication, and those who learn to recognize it as such often find themselves moving through life with a heightened sense of awareness. Whether it arrives as guidance, validation, or a wake-up call, the message is the same. Listen, the universe is always speaking to you. The real question is, are you willing to hear it? But what happens when that ringing doesn't seem to be guiding you toward the light, but warning you of something else? Could it be that this sound not only marks spiritual elevation, but also calls you to step away from what harms you? Are you truly listening to what your energy is trying to tell you? Shifts in energy and vibrational alignment. Everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency, including our thoughts, emotions, and even our bodies. As we evolve, our energy shifts, sometimes subtly, sometimes in powerful waves of transformation. The ringing in your ears is often a reflection of this process, signaling that you are undergoing a vibrational adjustment. Whether you are stepping into a higher state of awareness or being warned about an energetic mismatch, this sound is a message, one that invites you to pay closer attention to your inner and outer world. Many people notice this ringing when they embark on a journey of self-discovery. It frequently appears during moments of deep meditation, during periods of intense emotional growth, or when stepping into a new phase of life. Some describe it as a high-pitched tone, others as a subtle buzzing, but regardless of how it manifests, the meaning remains the same. Your frequency is shifting. It is as if your energy field is recalibrating, fine-tuning itself to align with a new level of consciousness. However, this ringing does not always indicate spiritual ascension. It can also serve as a warning. Some people report that the sound intensifies when they are around negative influences, toxic relationships, or environments filled with conflict. It is as if the body is signaling, this energy does not align with you. Step away. When this happens, it's important to pause and assess the situation. Are you absorbing negativity? Are you engaging in thoughts or behaviors that lower your vibration? The ringing may be urging you to realign with what serves your highest good. Interpreting these signals requires self-awareness. When you hear the ringing, observe how you feel. Does it come with a sense of expansion, a feeling of clarity and alignment? Or does it bring tension, unease, or a feeling that something is out of sync? Your emotional response will tell you whether this shift is guiding you forward or cautioning you to step back. The more you listen, the more you will begin to understand its meaning. I remember a time when I was facing a major life transition. The ringing in my ears became persistent, almost like a constant hum in the background of my awareness. At first, I ignored it, but as I leaned in and reflected, I realized it was a sign of encouragement, an indication that I was shedding an old version of myself and stepping into something greater. In hindsight, I see it as a profound reassurance that I was on the right path, even when I couldn't yet see the destination. This is why it is so important to pay attention. The ringing in your ears is not just a random sound. It is an opportunity for growth, a call to awareness, a chance to deepen your connection with your own energy. Instead of dismissing it, use it as a guide. What is shifting in your life? What is calling you forward? What do you need to let go of? The answers are already within you. The ringing is simply reminding you to listen. Tuning into subtle realities, there is more to this world than what meets the eye. Beneath the surface of everyday life lies a vast, unseen reality, one that constantly shapes our experiences, even if we are not fully aware of it. The ringing in your ears may be a sign that you are beginning to perceive this deeper dimension, that your awareness is expanding beyond the physical world. It is as if your consciousness is adjusting, tuning into the subtle frequencies that surround us at all times. Many people report this sensation during moments of stillness, meditation, or deep contemplation. Some experience it when they visit ancient sites, spiritual locations, or places filled with historical energy. What they often don't realize is that their body is functioning as a receiver, picking up on vibrations that exist beyond the normal range of human perception. The ringing isn't random. It is an indication that you are becoming more attuned to the energetic layers of reality. This makes perfect sense when you consider how energy works. Every place, every person, every thought carries a frequency. The more spiritually aware you become, the more sensitive you are to these shifts. Some call this heightened intuition, while others describe it as an awakening of the senses. Regardless of the label, the experience remains the same. You are accessing something that has always been there, something you were previously unaware of. One of the most intriguing aspects of this phenomenon is how the ringing often coincides with moments of insight. Have you ever had a sudden realization, a deep intuitive knowing, and right at that moment the ringing begins? It is as if your consciousness is shifting gears, opening a door to a new level of understanding. In these instances, the sound serves as a marker, a confirmation that your perception has expanded and that you are stepping into a higher awareness. At times, the ringing also acts as a form of protection. Some people notice it intensifying in the presence of certain individuals, those who drain their energy, who carry an unspoken heaviness, or who leave them feeling uneasy. This may be your body's way of alerting you to an energetic mismatch, warning you to be mindful of who and what you engage with. Learning to trust these signals can help you navigate life with greater discernment, avoiding situations that are not in alignment with your well-being. For those who are just beginning to notice this, it can feel confusing, even unsettling. But, rather than resist it, I encourage you to embrace it. The next time you hear the ringing, pause, reflect on what you were thinking, feeling, or experiencing at that moment. Over time, you will begin to develop a deeper understanding of these signals, recognizing them as part of a larger dialogue between you and the unseen forces that shape reality. This is not just a sound. It is a gateway to awareness, a shift in perception that can transform the way you experience the world. Guidance toward your soul's purpose. There are moments in life when we feel an unexplainable pull toward something greater, as if an invisible thread is guiding us toward a path we do not yet fully understand. The ringing in your ears may be one of these signals, an indication that you are aligning with your soul's true purpose, even if you are unaware of it at the time. It is a subtle but powerful reminder that you are being guided, that your journey is unfolding in ways beyond your immediate perception. Many people experience this sensation when they are searching for meaning, questioning their direction, or making important life decisions. At first, they dismiss it as a coincidence, but when they begin reflecting on when and how it occurs, they notice a pattern. It often happens during moments of deep contemplation, when they are considering career, shifts, relationships, or personal growth. The ringing is not just noise, it is a whisper from the universe, urging them to pay attention to the path ahead. Interestingly, this phenomenon tends to intensify when people are deeply engaged in activities that bring them joy, creating, teaching, helping others. or doing something that feels profoundly fulfilling. In these moments, the sound serves as a confirmation, as if their soul is saying, "Yes, this is what you are meant to do." It is a sign of alignment, a subtle encouragement to continue walking the path that resonates with their true nature. On the other hand, the ringing may also appear when someone is resisting their purpose. Many people have reported experiencing it most frequently when they were stuck in unfulfilling jobs, toxic relationships, or environments that drained their energy. The sound became persistent, almost like an alarm trying to shake them awake. And often, once they made the difficult decision to step away from what no longer served them, the ringing faded, as if signaling that they had finally realigned with their true path. If this ringing happens to you often, take a moment to reflect. Are you making choices that align with your authentic self, or are you ignoring your inner calling? The answers may not come immediately, but over time patterns will emerge, pointing you toward the direction you are meant to follow. The more you listen, the clearer the guidance becomes. This is more than just a sound. It is a reminder that the universe is always speaking to you through intuition, synchronicities, and subtle signals like this one. The question is, are you willing to trust it? When you do, you may find that the ringing is not just an unexplained sensation, but a profound affirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. But what if this ringing is more than just a call to the present moment? Could it be a deeper signal from your consciousness, urging you to realign your energy and focus? Are you ready to explore how this sound might be guiding you toward a more centered and coherent state of being? A call to presence and awareness. Modern life is filled with distractions, pulling us in countless directions from the moment we wake up. It's easy to move through the day without ever being fully present, lost in thoughts of the past or worries about the future. But then suddenly the ringing starts, a sharp, unmistakable sound cutting through the noise. It is not random. It is a call to awareness, a reminder from the universe asking, "Are you truly here?" I have experienced this firsthand. There have been moments when my mind was racing, caught up in stress, and then, out of nowhere, the ringing came, forcing me to stop, breathe, and return to the present. Many others have described the same pattern. The ringing often occurs when they are operating on autopilot, disconnected from the moment. It serves as a reset button, a way to jolt them back into full awareness of where they are and what they are doing. From an energetic perspective, this makes perfect sense. When we are too scattered, our energy becomes unfocused. The ringing could be a vibrational realignment, a way for our consciousness to bring us back into coherence. Many spiritual traditions recognize sound as a path to awareness, using practices like mantra chanting and Tibetan singing bowls to anchor the mind in the present. The ringing may be working in the same way, a spontaneous moment of alignment pulling us back from distraction. The best way to respond to this is not frustration, but curiosity. Instead of brushing it off, pause and check in with yourself. Where was my mind just now? Was I lost in thought? Was I truly present? These moments of self-inquiry can be powerful reminders of how often we drift away from reality, living in our heads rather than engaging with the world around us. Over time, many notice that the more they practice mindfulness through meditation, breathwork, or simply being present, the less frequently the ringing occurs. This suggests that it is in many ways a wake-up call, one that fades once we no longer need it. But for those who still experience it, I encourage them to see it as a gift, a nudge to slow down, to realign, to reconnect with the now. Because presence isn't just about experiencing life, it's about fully living it, activation of psychic abilities. There comes a point in every spiritual journey where the unseen begins to reveal itself. You start noticing patterns, sensing energies, and feeling intuitive nudges that defy logic. One of the earliest signs of this awakening is often a ringing in the ears, not just a sound, but a signal that your psychic abilities are beginning to activate. It marks a shift in perception, an expansion beyond the physical senses into a world of deeper awareness. Many people experience this phenomenon, whether they are actively engaged in spiritual practices or not. Some report hearing the ringing during meditation, vivid dreams, or moments of deep thought. Others notice it when they have intuitive flashes, like knowing who is about to call or feeling the energy of a room before anyone speaks. This ringing is often connected to clairaudience, the ability to receive messages through sound. It is an indication that your perception is sharpening, that you are beginning to hear beyond the material world. This awakening doesn't happen in isolation. The ringing is often accompanied by other intuitive experiences, sudden insights, heightened emotional awareness, or an increased sensitivity to people and environments. Some notice it more frequently when they reduce external distractions through meditation, energy work, or moments of silence. As the noise of daily life fades, the subtle messages of the universe become clearer. The challenge is trusting what you receive, even when it doesn't make immediate sense. Many people question whether they are imagining these signals, but intuition doesn't lie. The more you pay attention, the more these experiences shift from coincidences to patterns, from random moments to meaningful guidance. The ringing is not just a sound, it is an invitation to tune in, to acknowledge that you are developing a new level of perception. If you experience this, embrace it. Instead of ignoring the ringing, pause and reflect. What were you thinking about? What emotions were present? Is there a message trying to come through? Over time, as you learn to listen, you will realize that the universe has been speaking to you all along. The only question is, are you ready to hear it? Divine protection and warnings. Not all messages from the universe bring comfort. Some serve as warnings, subtle yet urgent signals meant to steer us away from harm. The ringing in your ears can often be one of these warnings, a form of divine protection alerting you to be more mindful of your surroundings, your choices, and the energy you are engaging with. It is not just a sound, it is a cautionary signal urging you to pay closer attention. Many people have reported feeling sudden unease only for the ringing to start moments later. Some were about to enter situations that later proved harmful, while others were in the presence of people carrying disruptive energy. In each case, those who heeded the warning often avoided unnecessary suffering. The universe communicates through intuition, energy shifts, and signs. This ringing may be one of them, saying something isn't right. The key to understanding if the ringing is a warning lies in how it feels. If it comes with a sense of peace, it may be a sign of alignment or guidance. But if it arrives with tension, anxiety, or a sudden shift in your gut feeling, it is likely a protective message. This is why it is so important to listen not just with your ears, but with your entire being, recognizing when something feels energetically off. I once spoke with someone who experienced this during a business meeting that seemed promising. The conversation flowed, everything appeared fine until the ringing started. They ignored it, but the sensation only grew stronger. Later, they discovered critical information had been withheld, and the deal would have led to serious financial loss. The ringing had been a warning, an attempt to get their attention before they made a costly mistake. This guidance can appear in relationships, social settings, or any moment requiring discernment. The more you trust these signals, the more they will serve you. So the next time it happens, pause. Ask yourself, what is happening? What am I feeling? Is there something I need to be cautious about? The universe is always speaking to you. Are you ready to listen? But what if this ringing isn't just about your past lives? Could it also be a bridge to the wisdom of your ancestors, echoing through time to guide you? Are you open to the possibility that this sound is a call to uncover truths buried deep within your lineage, connection with past lives and ancestral energy? There are moments when we feel an unexplainable connection to a place, person, or time we have never experienced, as if a hidden memory is surfacing. The ringing in your ears may be a sign of past life energy, a subtle reminder from your soul or ancestors, guiding you towards something deeply significant. These sensations are not random. They are glimpses into a reality beyond this lifetime. Many people report feeling this ringing when visiting unfamiliar places that seem strangely familiar, or meeting someone they feel they have known forever. In these moments, the ringing serves as confirmation, signaling that your consciousness is tapping into memories beyond time. While the mind forgets, the soul remembers, and sometimes these memories resurface as emotions, sensations, or intuitive nudges. This experience also ties into ancestral energy, as the wisdom and struggles of those who came before us are imprinted within us. Some hear ringing when researching their heritage, visiting ancestral lands, or being in the presence of family. It's as if their ancestors are reaching out, reminding them of their roots and guiding them toward forgotten truths that still hold relevance today. If this happens to you, pay attention rather than dismiss it. Ask yourself, what was I thinking about? Why does this feel so familiar? The ringing may be an invitation to explore, to remember, and to reconnect with a forgotten part of yourself. Trust it, follow where it leads, and you may uncover profound insights about who you truly are beyond this lifetime. The influence of planetary shifts. The universe is in constant motion, a vast cosmic dance where every planet, every celestial body, exerts an influence on the world around us. We may not always be aware of it, but these shifts affect us on deep, energetic levels, subtly altering our moods, our thoughts, and even the way our bodies respond to the world. The ringing in your ears can often be a direct response to these planetary movements, a sign that your energy field is reacting to changes happening on a much grander scale. I have noticed this pattern in myself and in countless others who are sensitive to energy. Some people experience ear ringing when a full moon is approaching, when Mercury goes retrograde, or during intense solar activity. Others report that it happens during major astrological transits, when planets shift into new signs, when eclipses occur, or when there are significant alignments in the sky. It is as if their bodies, acting as antennas, are picking up on the shifting frequencies of the cosmos. This may sound unusual at first, but when we consider that everything in the universe is energy, it makes perfect sense. The moon, for example, has a well-documented effect on the ocean tides. Since the human body is made up of about 70% water, why wouldn't it affect us as well? Solar flares, massive eruptions of energy from the sun, are known to interfere with electronic devices on Earth. If they can disrupt technology, imagine how they might influence the delicate energetic system of the human body. Many people who experience ringing in their ears during these cosmic events also report heightened intuition, vivid dreams, and an increased sensitivity to their surroundings. It is as if their awareness expands, allowing them to perceive things more deeply. Some feel emotionally overwhelmed, others feel a surge of inspiration and clarity. But the common factor remains the same. Their bodies know when something in the cosmos is shifting, even before they consciously recognize it. One particularly interesting case I encountered was from someone who noticed the ringing intensifying every time a significant astrological transit occurred. At first, they didn't make the connection, assuming it was just random, but after tracking the dates and comparing them with planetary movements, they realized that the ringing was always in sync with celestial shifts. So over time, they began using these moments as opportunities to reflect, to meditate, and to align themselves with the greater flow of the universe. If you experience this, I encourage you to start paying attention to the timing. Does the ringing occur around full moons or eclipses? Does it happen during astrological events or after solar storms? Keeping a journal can help you identify patterns, and you may begin to see that your body is much more connected to the cosmos than you ever imagined. Instead of seeing the ringing as a random occurrence, consider it a signal to tune in. Ask yourself, what planetary events are happening right now? How do I feel emotionally and energetically in this moment? Is there a message in this ringing that I need to understand? The more you align yourself with these cosmic rhythms, the more you will begin to flow with the universe rather than resist it. The ringing in your ears is not just an isolated event, it is part of a greater symphony, a reminder that you are intricately connected to something far beyond this earth. Learning to interpret and apply the message. Hearing a ringing in your ears is one thing, but understanding its message is where transformation begins. Many dismiss it as random noise, but those who listen often find deeper meaning in these moments. The ringing can act as guidance, appearing during decisions, deep thought, or around certain people. When you pause and reflect, patterns emerge, revealing its significance. It's not just noise, it's a call to awareness. To interpret the Message. Start by noticing when and how the ringing occurs. Is it during a decision, in a specific environment, or when you're feeling uncertain? Pay attention to the sensation itself. High-pitched tones may signal spiritual awakening, while low vibrations could indicate grounding or protection. Tracking these details helps uncover patterns and meanings. The context often holds the key to understanding its purpose. Applying the message requires trust and action. If the ringing feels like confirmation, move forward with confidence. If it feels like a warning, pause and reassess. One person I worked with realized the ringing appeared during moments of doubt, urging them to push past fear. By embracing this guidance, they gained clarity and confidence. The ringing isn't a distraction, it's a teacher. Not every message is immediate. Some take time to reveal their meaning. Acknowledge the ringing, trust its significance, and remain open to insights. Instead of resisting it, use it as a moment to pause, reflect, and reconnect. Ask yourself, what am I thinking or feeling? Is this a confirmation, warning, or call to awareness? The universe is speaking. Are you truly listening? But what happens when this ringing isn't just about the third eye? Could it also signal an awakening at the crown of your head, where divine connection resides? Are you prepared to explore how this sound might be aligning you with universal wisdom and higher states of consciousness? The role of your chakras in ear-ringing. Energy flows through the body in specific channels, and at the center of this movement lie the chakras, powerful energy centers that regulate different aspects of your spiritual and physical well-being. The ringing in your ears can often be traced back to imbalances or activations within these centers, particularly the third eye and crown chakras. When the third eye chakra is opening or expanding, you may notice heightened sensitivity to sounds, a deepened intuition, and an increase in spontaneous insights. This is because the third eye governs perception beyond the physical world. It is the bridge between logic and higher consciousness. The ringing in your ears may be an indication that this energy center is strengthening, allowing you to perceive messages from dimensions beyond ordinary awareness. The crown chakra, located at the top of your head, is the gateway to divine wisdom. When it is activating, the body sometimes experiences it as an adjustment, a recalibration to a higher frequency. The ringing in your ears might be a sign that your crown chakra is expanding, aligning you with universal knowledge, spiritual downloads, and deep moments of clarity. However, if the ringing is accompanied by discomfort, it may indicate an imbalance in one of these chakras. Blockages in the third eye can cause confusion, indecision, or even overactivity in the mind. If your crown chakra is overwhelmed, you may feel disconnected, ungrounded, or overstimulated by spiritual energy. To bring harmony to these centers, consider grounding practices like meditation, breathwork, or spending time in nature. When your energy is balanced, the ringing may shift from an overwhelming sensation to a refined guiding presence, one that helps you navigate your journey with clarity and purpose.